Oh, guess what we're playing now?
God of War Valhalla.
No, it's the original.
Yep, it's time to see where Kratos started
Yep,
and why we love the sequel series so much in terms of character.
It's important to see where you start to understand where you end sometimes, you know?
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to put subtitles on.
Oh, shoot.
Oh well, we can do that once shit starts. God, he is so greasy.
It's just the style of the time.
I know.
You can hear him talking, right?
Of course I can.
Okay,
That's how
I have the volume on my end turned way down.
From the highest mountain in all of Greece.
You hearing him, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
10 years of suffering, 10 years of endless nightmares. It would finally come to an end. Death would be his escape.
This is an incredible opening.
Oh, absolutely. It's Gaia that's narrating, right?
Yes,
But it had not always
but you don't
been
find that out until the next
Third game.
Yeah.
Kratos had once been a champion of the gods.
I love Media Res.
Yep.
Because it spoils the fact that... Oh.
There we go.
Uh,
Oh, nope, that's on. Music volume, effects volume, control display.
What?
I don't think this is one of those games that that had subtitles.
Oh,
That's one of those problems you have when it's a PS2 game.
fair.
Don't worry, all the in-game stuff has voice.
Yeah, I know. Did they ever explain why there were zombies on the ship?
Drowned sailors from previous ships.
Okay.
At least that's what I understand. No, they don't actually explain it in game.
Yeah. So, Pal World,
Oh yes, you've been very interested in the mess that is Power World.
yeah. So I posted a post that, I was like, hey internet, remember when H-Bomber Guy made a 4-hour video on why plagiarism is bad and everyone agreed that plagiarism sucks? Just asking for no reason. Anyway, who here plays Pal World? And posted a picture of, Dire Howl and Lycanroc. And I got a lot of really bad takes that people be like, that's just a generic anime wolf, and, it's parody, so they could do it. And
Parody does not go as far as actually
just
selling
a recolor.
something.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, people do like Spaceballs, but parody is distinct enough to be its own identity.
To be fair, Spaceballs is still its own story.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Parody is still distinct enough to have its own identity.
Oh, I hated this where they make you mash the right trigger.
Well, that's just because you're terrible at button mashing.
It's more to do with the fact that the right trigger is one of the, especially on like the PlayStation 3, is not very mashable.
Fair.
Because the PlayStation 2 controller and the PS3 controller have one major difference. The PS3 controller, it's an actual trigger.
Yeah, I guess, because it was just a button on before. Anywho, I got an actual good response to my post, which was, I feel like a majority of comments defending the several suspiciously similar designs in Power World are doing so in bad faith to defend the game they like, rather than because they feel the argument holds no weight. No, Nintendo doesn't own the concept of anime wolf monsters, but there are plenty of ways that the creature could have been designed to not look like a freshly trimmed Lycanroc rolled in black paint. The whitetail and mane is not a design commonly associated with wolves or most wolf monsters, except for Lycanroc. Basically a Sonic OC, do not steal. There's a blue snake monster whose overall shape and default pose are nearly indistinguishable from superior, and the argument that Pokemon doesn't own the concept of snakes doesn't hold water when Pal World couldn't be bothered to make the thing visually
What's
distinct
going on here? Oh, there we
Beyond-
go.
beyond a few bells and whistles. There's a Cinderace knockoff whose shape is identical to Cinderace, but it's green with a worse design, so that somehow it makes it acceptable. It's fine if you hate Nintendo and or Pokemon, or love Power, but saying that it's okay to take designs from someone else and slightly tweak them just to turn a profit is disrespectful to the character designers of what the more on the nose bootleg monsters are based on. There are several designs in Power World that already have the vibe of Pokemon without being a ripoff or anything, and it would be fine if they did that for all the monsters. The Kapolianish Palmon is perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned, because the only real problem with it is that it has the same story. I agree that some of the designs and criticisms are reaching to grasp at straws, and has unfortunately colored the views of those who don't care to think about authenticity or integrity so much that it's all just trying to defend a corporation. The wolf and the other copycat Pokemon need to be redesigned substantially because they aren't transformative enough to be considered parody or satire, in my opinion. Plus, they're not interesting to look at. They cut all the interesting design elements from Ragnarok without putting anything in its place. It's a rockless lichen, and that's what the thing amounts to. Bland. TLDR, it's too similar to Ragnarok, and there's no excuse from a design perspective.
On a side note, am I the only one who feels like the game is slightly turned on the angle a bit?
It's because you're on the ship.
Maybe.
The ship-
It feels like I'm at an angle, and I'm like,
Yeah,
am I usually
the
at
ship
an
has.
angle this much?
No, it's just because the ship is listed. It gives it a sort of Dutch angle.
Fair enough.
Once you're back in Athens, it'll be fine.
On a side note, one of my favorite God of War Easter eggs is the David Jaffe phone call with Kratos.
Oh?
Yeah, if you manage to figure out the a very well hidden secret in game, you find a phone number with a phone call between Kratos and David Jaffe,
Oh, neat.
where it basically goes, "I am Kratos, the destroyer of everything."
Oh, it's basically a 1-900 number kind of thing?
Yeah, where it's one of those, always funny, very tongue in cheek. Anyway, it's like, I am Kratos, I am going to destroy everything. Seriously, there we go.
Maybe
Yeah,
we should get better at mashing.
you're hilarious. You know that, right? And then David Jaffe goes in and he goes like, Kratos, isn't it great? They figured out our Easter egg. And then it ends with Kratos killing David Jaffe.
If only David Jaffe was better at Metroid.
If only David Jaffe produced more green orbs. That's one of my favorite things about like the original God of War. Like killing the screaming citizens always gave you like extra green orbs.
Yeah.
On that note, like God of War 2 doesn't really change much. It just streamlines what's already there.
Yeah.
Come on, die. My damage output should not be this bad.
Fuck fake moaning if the dick is bad. Pull him close and start booing in his ear. If the strap is bad, pull her close and ask her if she kept the receipt.
Honestly, I do love the design of the Hydro.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know why everyone makes it. I mean, I do know why everyone makes the Hydra a giant monster, because giant monster is a cool set piece. Because in the actual, it was just a snake, the size of a snake, so like 10-foot long.
The real threat was its poison.
Or 8. Yeah, its breath, which was so toxic that it would kill you like almost instantly if it breathed on you.
Give me a second.
What?
I think I figured out why I was having an issue.
What? Was your monitor tilted?
No.
What?
I
Were
was
you
watching the
DLC?
recording, not the game itself.
Oh, so there was like a half-second delay.
Yes, so I was wondering why I was getting hit all the time, and I'm like, huh.
Oh, sure. Blame the controls. Or blame the video output.
Well, it also explains why I wasn't getting any volume, so I was like, huh, I should be getting at least a little something.
Fair.
Yay.
I forgot there were swimming sections.
Yeah, there's not many. I will say this,
It's pretty good swimming animation.
yeah, the entire game has like incredible animation work in general.
Yeah,
I always find it funny how you can like just watch the
animations.
the animation is really good, but I'm like, what I find amusing is that you can look at like the cutscenes and you can see how far along in development the game was at that time, because Kratos' design changes depending.
Neat.
Like he'll have bluish tattoos. He'll have he'll look a bit different. His face shape is a little funkier.
Yeah.
You'll notice it the most when you're in like the Temple of Pandora, because like this area is like the end of development, when they when they had everything just right, you know. On that note, I hate these segments.
Oh yeah, the balance segments.
Yeah.
I hate the one where you have to do that and cross a couple saw blades.
Well, that's easy.
I know, but it's annoying.
Yeah, fair enough, because if you do get hit, it sends you quite a distance back.
Doesn't it insta-kill you? Because
Well,
you fall into a bottomless pit?
It does, but it sends you a whiles back, because the last checkpoint is a whiles back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so thankful the later games really cut down on that BS. You can see the Blades of Chaos are different because their final design wasn't decided yet.
The visions, they were real.
Yeah.
The gods came to me, told me their champion would come and rescue us from the Hydra. But you're too late. We're pinned down.
That is a big ship. I like the design of these ships.
I wonder which god told him Kratos would be able to save them.
Poseidon, probably.
Let's be honest, it was probably Athena.
I think it was Poseidon because I believe they specifically mentioned that Kratos was doing this particular task for Poseidon.
Oh.
And then again, Athena could have just texted him and been like, "Hey, by the way, you're gonna get a bald, angry man. Send the message along."
Oh no, Athena would be like, "You will be saved by a servant of the gods," and then, obviously, with it being Athena, she would be way wrong.
You will not only be saved, but you will never be harmed again. Also, his timing will be impeccable, and he won't show up late to the party.
Of course, since Athena hates Poseidon, it could also be she fucks with the sailors just to fuck with Poseidon.
Maybe.
Yeah, gives them a wrong prophecy to fuck with them. I don't know. I think this series has like the worst Athena, but I don't mean that as an insult to the game. The game's fantastic. The gods are completely irreverent towards mortals, which is very on brand.
I think what I love about Athena in God of War is that at a glance you think she's all wise, but the longer you spend with her, the more you realize she has no idea what she's talking about.
Yeah, no. She doesn't know jack shit. Oh. Those are the naked ladies, right?
Nope, those are just trapped women and children.
Oh. I do remember where you get the key. We'll save that for when we get the key.
Of course. And it's a very important discussion because everybody knows how great that is.
Yeah, getting the key is one of the best, needlessly best scenes in the game.
Sometimes when you're like watching media, there's like a scene or two where you're like, this was not necessary, but the fact that they went out of their way to do it is just greater for it, you know?
Oh, absolutely. I think the purpose the key serves is showing who Kratos is in this moment.
Absolutely. What he does with power.
It's very much a character establishing moment for him.
That's fair, because you can definitely argue that like Kratos is just doing his job here with his brutality.
Yeah, because these are zombies, but what he does for the key to get the key is way more than what he needed to do. Because it's one thing to it's one thing. Well, we'll definitely get to it.
Yeah, that's fair. We will touch on it. Also,
We're hyping up
a lot of enemies.
Yeah, I don't remember there being this much. Yeah, we're hyping up the keys, so getting the keys so much. There's probably people who, when they when we get to that point, they're probably gonna be like, "What? That's it?"
True, and I can definitely see why somebody might say that if they're a fool.
Yeah, if they don't understand story and writing. I love his little jog when you run on beans.
It's very cute. Which is so funny because you never expect to hear that about Kratos.
I mean, you do more often with Jesus Christ, that's gotta hurt his hand so much.
He's a Spartan, he feels no pain.
Boy, you must learn how to slide down a rope with your bare hands. But Dad, won't that burn? You will learn a lesson.
It'll be an important lesson about thrust exercises.
There's going to be a point in your life in which you'll need to slide down a rope with your bare hands. Oh, that's cool. I got my bow.
But is it the same? Here we go. Yeah, this is basically the we're here for Poseidon kind of thing.
Yeah.
Lord Poseidon, Kratos.
That looks nothing like Poseidon. Who's this old man?
That's not Sean Bean. Sean Bean's the one that played Poseidon in the Percy Jackson movie, right?
I think so.
Your skills are admirable, but you will need assistance.
That looks nothing like Poseidon in God of War 3.
Of the gods.
To be fair, none of the characters look like they do in the, like, especially Hades.
No, that's just what he looks out like without the mask.
Oh, right, he's just... But when you fight him in God of War 3, right? That's when you fight him? Yeah. The whole point of the whole point of the helmet is that putting it on makes Hades completely invisible. So why can you see him wearing his helmet?
Optional invisibility. He has to, like, flick the switch, you know? It's not automatic. It's to conserve the batteries, you know?
I'm just imagining a light switch. Oh no, Sean Bean was Zeus. Kevin McKidd was Poseidon.
Fair enough. That looks nothing like John...
Kevin
No.
Kevin McKidd.
God.
Who would you get to play Poseidon if they made a God of War movie?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I'm not even like saying that as like a God of War specifically, but like if you told me you have to pick somebody to play Poseidon, I'm gonna be like, it's Jason Momoa.
Yeah, because we know he does look good sopping wet.
Absolutely. He also was a halfway decent Conan in an awful Conan movie, but that's different.
The you know, I'd get to play Hermes.
Who?
John Leguizamo.
You know what? I can believe that. He does have the voice for it. He's a little older for it now, though.
Captain.
He's like 60 now, I think. He's not young.
I know.
Mind you, have you seen Violent Night?
No, I haven't. I still haven't. I was gonna watch it on Christmas.
And then you didn't.
No, this year.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
That has John Leguizamo as the bad guy.
I know. John Leguizamo still looks good.
That's fair. Last I heard about him in the news, he was complaining about the Super Mario Brothers movie.
The 1989 one?
No, he's turned around on that apparently. He was complaining about the new one.
Oh, what about?
That it's too easy. It takes no risks. It's
You know, that's completely fair.
He also complains about like the casting a little.
Yeah, Chris Pratt was not a good choice.
I think he was complaining more about the casting of Luigi, but that's a different matter.
Charlie Day's a fantastic. He has a voice that is actually very fit for Luigi, and that's wherein lies the issues with like. I don't mind celebrity voice actors as long as their voice is fitting for the character.
That's fair. I think, to be fair, it's been a while since I read the interview, and definitely some of it could have been taken out of context for
clickbait.
Yeah.
Probably. God. You know what my favorite John Leguizamo role is?
What?
Tybalt from Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
Romeo
yes.
plus Juliet.
Yep, that tracks.
I have Jean Leguizamo on the mind because I watched an hour-and-a-half long review of Ice Age 5.
Is that Continental Drift?
No, it's the
Meteor one.
The one with, yeah, the Meteor one.
I saw Continental Drift and I was like, that's an awful movie.
I've only seen the first two.
So, I've seen the first, the second, and the fourth. Mostly because, like, at the time, my uncle was like, hey, you want to see the new Ice Age movie? And I'm like, the third one was bad, but the fourth one must be good. They obviously learned from their mistakes. Anyway. Take from that as you will.
It's Blue Sky. They'd never learn from their mistakes. Is the sixth one any good?
There's a sixth?
Yeah. Ice Age: The Adventures of Buck Wild.
Oh, I think that's basically just clips from the TV show.
I don't fucking know.
I think it's an anthology thing. It's not a real, like, movie. You know it's a
Doesn't seem
real
to be.
garbage anthology movie. Did you ever see Heavy Metal?
Heavy Metal?
Yes.
No.
It was, God, how do I describe Heavy Metal of all things?
I don't know. You ever watch Spinal Tap?
Once, years ago.
I love Spinal Tap. It's a great movie.
It didn't really stick with me, but I probably wasn't the audience for it at the time.
Oh, that's fair. They had an amp that went up to 11.
Oh, yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah, that was my favorite scene. Because the person's just like, why not just make 10 louder? It's like, well, it goes up to 11. You know, that and the Stonehenge prop. Because they had a song that was all about Stonehenge, but when they made the prop, the person that was in charge of the prop department or designing it and stuff accidentally put inches instead of feet. They didn't know which one was a quotation mark and which one was a ampersand. No, not ampersand. Apostrophe.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, so they ended up making one that was 8 inches tall instead of 8 feet tall. So you have this person who's you have a little person dressed as a leprechaun dancing around what's supposed to be an 8-foot tall Stonehenge, but it's only 8 inches tall, which just makes it look. It just makes the situation so much more ridiculous. Yeah. I would definitely recommend watching Rock of Ages if it weren't for the fact that it has Russell Brand in it as the main character.
I forget, what did Russell Brand do?
Same thing everyone gets canceled for.
Ah, fair enough. Especially in Hollywood.
Yeah. It's also got Alec Baldwin in it, but Alec Baldwin is not at fault. Like there are people who are specifically paid to make sure that kind of thing doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is the prop department's fault and the firearm safety people's fault.
Did we learn nothing from the death of Brandon Lee?
Jason? It's Brandon Lee?
I think it's Brandon Lee.
That was like Jason Lee.
I'm pretty sure it's Brandon Lee.
Yeah, it is Brandon Lee. Well, the thing is, Brandon Lee's was, well, yeah, it was an accident, but it was even more of an accident than what happened with Alec Baldwin. With Brandon Lee, what it was they put in dummy bullets, which for a scene of like loading bullets into the revolver. I think it was a revolver, and those are basically bullets that have had their gunpowder removed, so they can't fire. They are just there for the scene of putting. So what they do is, in between the specific scenes,
oh,
like
there we go.
Hell yeah!
I love this, by the way. This is such a
Oh,
good
absolutely. Because the last head of the Hydra is immortal.
Yep. Mind you, the others explode, so
Well, yeah.
I guess that does make it the last head. How funny would
Yeah.
it be if this head exploded too, and Kratos was like, "Well, there goes the key." I love this, by
Yeah.
the way. Look at that. That is so
Oh,
gooey.
absolutely. Yeah. Time to get the key. Let's save this old man.
Thank you. Thank the gods you came back for me.
I didn't come back for you.
See, that is so needlessly brutal, and that is why that's a really good character establishing moment for Kratos. I love the lighting on that key.
I love one of the explanations for this that I personally take as like my reason is it's because of the boat captain's cowardice. Because Kratos is in a point in his life in which the boat captain's cowardice to him is inexcusable, and that's like all the justification he needed to basically go, okay, I'm not here to save you, actually.
I can see that. 2018, Kratos would definitely have saved him.
He's brought up in Ragnarok, actually.
Yeah, we mentioned him multiple times during the playthrough because that was such a pivotal moment for Kratos' character.
Well, not only that, but he gets brought up in Valhalla, and there's an entire storyline about him there.
Oh, nice.
Yes, what happens is if you die, Kratos finds the boat captain's key on his next retry. You know, just for filler, because they can't move the main story along, so they have side stories as well.
Nice.
So you find his key, and Kratos will talk about the boat captain, where he'll be like, "It was needlessly cruel, and I could have saved him if I wanted to, but I chose not to. What does that say about me?"
Yeah.
It's very... It is one of those defining actions for, like, Kratos.
Well, yeah, because it's the first, like... It's the first action we see of him that isn't killing zombies or monsters. Like, it's the first interaction he has with a person.
True.
Other than the guy who got killed by an arrow, but there's nothing Kratos could have done about that.
I mean, he could have, but he didn't. But that's more maliciousness by not acting rather than maliciousness by choosing to abandon somebody.
Not just abandon, but throw him down the gullet.
True. This is an amazing entire opening level, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. It's really good at getting you accustomed to the game's controls. It has a fantastic boss, one of 3 bosses in the game. Well, it's too late.
Oh, so
Oh,
violent.
I love that. Oh yeah, Kratos' hair and beard and eyebrows were a lot more gray in that cutscene.
Oh yeah. A lot more ashy. I'll say this, you can definitely tell that they're like very clever about their visuals, because that's 2D art.
Yeah, it's it's like the Bayonetta kind of cutscenes.
Oh,
It's fine.
Nothing on earth could rid him of the horrors that plagued his
artistic nudity was allowed at one point on Twitch. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
This is corporate artistic nudity. Everybody's like, oh, it's artistic nudity, so I can have my VTuber nude. No, it's artistic corporate nudity. That means if the game shows tits, you won't get banned for it.
Yeah.
It's not if you show tits. If you show tits, that's a different thing than a corporation.
As we speak, Athens
Yeah.
is on the verge of destruction.
If Dante's Inferno shows tits and dick, that's different from like your average dude on the street drawing it in a Twitch stream.
Only a mortal trained
I love
by
the
God
barrier
has a chance
around
of
her that
defeating
shields her from the
enemies.
rain.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely love the shimmer when she's talking.
Then
Yeah.
they will end.
Complete this final task, and the past that consumes you will be forgiven. Have faith, Kratos.
I
That
love.
wasn't. I love that that wasn't a yes.
I do love that. It's so obvious in like hindsight for those who didn't catch on immediately. But at the same
Yeah.
time, for those of you who are familiar with this, it's very obvious.
The visions still plague him, like all the way to the Norse era.
Absolutely.
The
Now I would like the orbs, but oh, I love the ogre skin rug. I keep forgetting about that until I see it.
Stop staring.
No, I'm trying to decide because the camera cuts away to the vase, but I'm like, do I need the orbs that
No.
badly? No.
No. Like it's a fun novelty. It's intentionally over the top, yeah, and needlessly gratuitous. Because it was. This game was intended to be a satire of action heroes in games.
True. That's the cleverness of God of War. It's a satire as well as just, having a lot of action.
Yeah. Like, but yeah, going back to what Athena said, Kratos asked if he does this final task, will the visions end? And Athena's response is, if you do this final task, your past will be forgiven.
Destroy Ares, and the gods will forgive you your past.
Yeah, the gods will forgive your past. It doesn't say Kratos will forgive his past.
You're not going to move on. You're still going to remember. But we're not going to
You
say that to you.
Because you're useful.
So I have a theory. So one of the later God of War games, God of War Ascension, has a dock scene very similar to this one.
Yeah?
Just with, nicer, prettier graphics. And then they tutorialize you again.
So do you think that it was like a scrapped tutorial from this game ported over into that game?
No. My theory is that at one point God of War Ascension was going to just do the plot of God of War 1 again.
It was going to be a remake?
I did not know you could actually swim here. That's actually pretty cool.
Well, you never tried jumping in the water?
No, I never thought to do that,
Yeah.
I see why the ladders are there. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a collectible around here, obviously.
I want to say a phoenix feather.
Oh, I'm not seeing anything. Maybe I'm going the wrong direction. Yeah, but God of War Ascension has a little dock departing scene just like this where they tutorialize you. So my theory is that at one point it was going to be a remake of God of War 1 intentionally to some degree, and then like they changed their minds, but the development was so crunched that they didn't remove the tutorials.
Fair. That's not uncommon. That's the origin for Link Between Worlds and Oracle of Seasons in Zelda. Because in Zelda, Link Between Worlds just started as a 3DS remake, from the ground up remake of Link to the Past, and Orglo Seasons started out as a from-the-ground remake for the Game Boy Color of Zelda 1.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So it's not uncommon for remakes to take on their own identities.
From what I understand, most of God of War Ascension was originally built around the idea of just being enough of a game to justify the price tag and also a multiplayer mode.
Is the multiplayer mode any good?
It was okay at best.
That's fair. You know what game had a surprisingly good multiplayer mode?
Oh, what?
Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass.
Fair enough.
It was a,
I'm gonna head right back down. I think there was collectibles in there.
probably. It was pretty good.
There we go. Yeah, there's obviously collectibles in here. Give me a moment.
What's up?
I'm leveling up my Blades of Chaos.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, it's gonna take forever. That's like the one issue I have with this game. The level up takes forever.
Yeah. So, I had a thought.
Yes.
Right now, I am currently stuck in the co-hosting seat for at least a month or two.
Fair enough.
Like at least until March or April. Which means you will be the one in the player sheet for both Mondays and Wednesdays
and
recordings.
Sunday. Oh.
Well, not
fair
that's
enough.
what I mean.
Yes.
So, I was thinking, what if for I was right, it was the Phoenix Feather.
You're right. Nice.
Can't believe I fucking remembered that.
And there's boxes you can jump over.
Yeah, to get back. So I was saying, what if we go back to Mario RPG, Mario RPG, for tomorrow?
I'll think about it. The problem is that it requires a lot of swapping cables that I'd rather not do.
You just need to get a cheap HDMI switch.
Well, that requires I have more
switch
HDMI
box.
cables.
No, like each console has a cable that plugs into HDMI. You plug each of the game's HDMI cables into the box to.
I know that. I know what you're saying, but I don't have that many HDMI cables. I actually lost a few, one reason or another.
How?
Moving and family, and also one of them broke at one point. So I'm pretty much using all my cables right now. I'd have to get more. It's not hard. It's just annoying, you know.
I wish I could mail them to you, but because I have so many HDMI cables. I have like at least 6 that I'm not using.
Come on, let me just grab you. There, come on.
I like the Minotaur designs. I like the little back spikes.
Oh, the Minotaur designs are excellent. Peak design. Unfortunately, the button mashing gets like way harder later on, and it's like
It does?
Yeah.
I never had an issue with it. Look, you set yourself up for that one. Oh wow, he's sliding.
Yeah, they do that. It's that optimal camera position, you know?
Yeah. How do you think Boy would react if he saw this?
Well, I know how Mimir would react.
With pity.
At the Minotaur?
No! Like, seeing... knowing who Kratos is now, and then seeing his past, just how brutal it was, Mimir would probably pity him.
Oh, wait, no, Mimir doesn't actually see the Minotaurs, because, you have Helios' head during that segment.
Oh. You were talking about a thing. I thought... Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Valhalla.
Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about, different thing.
Oh, fair
I
enough.
thought you were saying you could figure how Mimir would react. What happened to Helios' head?
It got dropped.
In the ocean?
During the battle with Zeus, it gets dropped and discarded.
Oh, that's fair.
Reinforcements arrived. Ares has brought these beasts to Athens. Without help, the city will fall. Gates destroyed. We'll have to fight another.
God, look how low poly those models are.
I love it. I love my good
I
old
do
low
too.
poly chunky models.
They look like something out of RuneScape.
Absolutely.
It's so great. Ogre! The ogre's butt!
Dang it,
Damn it.
my timing is...
That wrecking ball does way too... It tracks way too much.
That's fair.
I do like the quick time events
Oh,
in
absolutely.
this game. You know what game had some of the worst and as a result some of the most hilarious quick time events?
Spider-Man 3?
Oh, is that the one with the building on fire?
Yes.
Well, yes, but I was gonna say Indigo Prophecy.
Fair enough.
The scene where you're in the office and like you're hallucinating bugs falling from the ceiling. If you fail the QuickTime event, he doesn't react at all. But if you succeed in the QuickTime event, he like starts trying to like get the
bugs off
fake.
him?
Yeah. So it's hilarious. There's also
fair.
there's also the QuickTime event where like you have to constantly like hide in different places in the apartment as the cops are looking for you.
Fair
Oh
enough.
god. Indigo Prophecy is such a shit game. All of David Cage's games are just such dog shit. But also hilarious to watch. I do not recommend buying any of them, but definitely watch some of the compilations of failing QTEs.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in Heavy
Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the market.
Absolutely. That one in particular, but there's like there's others.
Let the rage of the gods
Yeah.
your blades, Kratos.
Especially in the end when it glitches out.
Oh yeah, where he's just shouting, Jason!
Sean! No, Sean.
Oh, Sean, yes. It's Sean.
Jason's the one who gets hit by a car.
Oh my goodness.
And then there's a time skip and you can see that Ethan has a depression beard.
Yep,
And he looks like the most divorced man ever.
because he is.
Yeah, he is. And she took the kids.
The
kid.
kid.
The kid. Yeah.
Well, she probably also took the other kid's ashes, if they cremated.
Did they cremate him?
I don't know. But that's just a theory.
a game theory. Thanks for watching.
No, but seriously, congrats to Matt Pat for leaving the
Retiring.
for retiring before his next controversy.
Yeah. To be fair, okay. I hate Matt Pat. I think that his theories are extremely lazy and fall apart under the slightest bit of scrutiny. But I will congratulate him for not having any, like, controversies that were, like, anything serious.
There's a difference between Matt Pat has an argument about theory with random YouTuber, and then there's a bigger difference between that and
the kind of stuff that Chug and Conroy got canceled for.
I was gonna say the completionist.
Well, that too.
Both are terrible, but for like
Yeah.
wildly different reasons.
Yeah, both Chug and Conroy and completionist are terrible. Matt Pat is just cringe. And I would rather be cringe than a terrible person.
On a side note, I watched a video called "The Comic That Ruined Batman for No Reason."
Oh, which one? Which comic?
It's the All-Star Batman and Robin one where Batman starts throwing out slurs.
What the fuck? You have to send me that video because that sounds so absurd.
It's the one where Batman is in the Batmobile and he's like, "What are you, stupid? What are you?" Enter slur here. "I'm the goddamn Batman."
Oh.
Everybody knows that one.
Yeah.
It's that one, but the rest of the comic is
Yeah.
just as bad. It's like, "I kidnapped a traumatized child and drafted it into my holy war."
What the fuck?
Aphrodite.
Kratos,
Like,
the gods
it-
Oh
are
my
with
god,
you.
look at that!
But your
That's
courage
just
skills will
such
not
an
be enough to
unflattering
defeat the
angle.
minions of Ares.
Yeah.
I offer you the
What the
power to
fuck?
I think that's
It's-
that
it's
period
like
of
a-
time in which they're doing like actual photos of people's faces and then stretching them.
Oh yeah, they've been doing that since like for ages.
There was a horror game that did that very well. I think it was Siren Blood Curse.
You know what idea I was thinking about would make for a great mascot horror? One that starts out as like one of those first-person point-and-click games. You know, where like the people are like actual photos that have been digitized. And then you know, like the teleporting Watson kind of thing.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because and having it be that they're trying to have it be like it would definitely have to be like a VR one, and the characters would teleport around you, and you'd have to keep trying to get away. Like find ways to. I think it would be if they have a direct path, they would take the direct path, but if that direct path is closed, they would start teleporting. That way there's a bit of risk-reward kind of thing.
I think there's a game like that that's it's based off one of the SCPs. I think it's the IKEA.
Oh, the Infinite IKEA?
Yeah. I think somebody made a game demo with that idea, but it's like the Infinite IKEA.
Yeah, I just think that like the teleporting Watson was so goddamn creepy.
So here's a fun thing.
Yeah,
This is the best farming spot in the entire game. You wanna know why?
because they respawn infinitely and they're easy to kill.
Well, not only that, but the developers have the foresight where if like after a point the enemies just stop dropping red orbs. But they didn't turn off the combo bonuses.
Yeah.
And the combo bonuses in this game are very generous.
Oh, absolutely. It is so easy to get like 100 or a 99 combo.
Oh, and I think it's because they they also like give you infinite magic.
Yeah, because you need the magic to use the
Oh yeah,
to
absolutely.
use Medusa's head.
So if you just do it just right, you can basically do this like forever.
Infinite. Yeah.
And because this game is a miserable, it's
power
a little rough on the orbs, you know. So I'm just gonna do this a little.
Yeah. We'll talk about just things. So I have rediscovered my love for Dolls of New Albion. I mentioned Dolls of New Albion briefly in when we played Liza P, because it was somewhat relevant. But I don't think I ever like went into detail about the plot.
I think you've mentioned it a few times, but as you said, you never went into too much detail on the plot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use this as an opportunity because I have become obsessed with it again.
Oh, I love obsession with musicals.
Oh, it's such a good musical. It's it's about how the city of New Albion, which is a steampunk city, gets fundamentally changed by 4 generations of the McAllister family. So, the first one is Annabelle McAllister. She is a socially awkward genius in college. Think like Twilight Sparkle from the first episode. Like that kind of reclusive kind of thing. And the she goes on exactly 1 good date with a dude named Jasper, and then she gets kicked out for stealing cadavers. So Jasper decides to, well, it's less decide and more like, that was a relationship based on proximity. It was only 1 date, so I'm just gonna move on. And he ends up marrying a nameless wife and has a daughter, and then he dies.
A happy man.
Yeah,
With
well,
a good relationship. Not at all dangerous or destructive.
No. His relationship with his wife and daughter were actually pretty good. He died when his daughter was. I
wasn't being sarcastic, by the way.
I don't even know if his daughter was born yet, or if she was just an infant. But anywho, Annabelle is like, well, your marriage was till death do you part, and you died, so time for necromancy. And rips out his soul from heaven and puts it into a robot body, and which she calls her doll, and then she parades him around the town, and people are like, okay, that's a little weird. And he cannot speak. He's got a radio, so he's got a bumblebee that shit. So eventually he's able to form, to splice together the radio broadcast to tell her, like, I was in Elysium. I was actually very content with being dead, and I want to die again. And so she's like, oh shit, I didn't even think about whether or not the dead even wanted to be brought back. Alright, I'll deactivate you. And guess, how would a sane person deactivate a robot?
Flip a switch.
Yeah, how do you think Annabelle McAllister deactivated him?
Shot him in the head.
Oh no, that would have been more sane. She used an axe.
You know, fair enough.
God, Annabelle McAllister is such a girl boss.
Would you say Lizzie Borden is a girl boss?
Who dat?
Lizzie Borden is a famous axe murderer. She killed her mother and father in order to claim the family inheritance. It is
Oh.
believed that in order to commit the crime, because
Oh,
there was
she
no,
was naked.
She was naked,
It-
yeah.
yeah. I know who she is now. The So yeah. And the wildest part is that Annabelle ends up she ends up finding a husband and getting married. It's not stated, but I'm guessing she went to therapy after her undead boyfriend
Rejected her a second time.
he didn't even reject her the first time. The reason why they split up the first one was because she got expelled from school and he didn't see her again.
Oh, fair enough.
Anywho, she has a son named Edgar who is the biggest piece of shit ever. He's the worst of the McAllisters, in my opinion. Annabelle and her husband die when Edgar is 10. They're, I believe, killed by the Mafia. So Edgar goes to the same college his mom did and meets this girl, Faye, and goes up to her and wants to propose. And she's like, I have a boyfriend.
I don't know you.
Yeah, that was it. So Edgar mopes around his house and finds his mom's notes on necromancy. And you know what he decides to do?
You told me this, but you tell.
He starts to sell resurrections to people. Basically, pulling the souls of people's loved ones from Elysium and putting them in these dolls. Putting them in these dolls, which can't speak. They have radios, but they can't speak. And it's a huge success, and he gets filthy rich, and he tells his board of directors of his company, hey, there's this girl, Faye, and I was gonna propose to her, but she had a boyfriend. I want y'all to do everything in your power to make her boyfriend destitute. And so, they do, because he's a very powerful CEO. And Faye's boyfriend, kills himself. And so he goes to Faye and is like, hey, I'm rich and successful now and your boyfriend's dead. Why don't you come with me? And she's like, no! You're awful! And he's like, oh, I thought you might say that. So I took the liberty of resurrecting your dad. And that's the only way you can see him is to marry me. And you know who her dad is?
I don't know why you're asking me these questions, because I already know the answers since you told me this last night.
I know. But also, I'm not even sure you actually
No, I read it
paid
all.
attention. Okay.
I pay attention to a lot of stuff you say. You'd be
Her
shocked.
dad was Jasper, the person that Annabelle McAllister resurrected.
Oh.
So he's resurrected again and has to watch his daughter marry the son of the psychopath who resurrected the first time, and they have a son named Byron. And then when Byron's a kid, they die in a murder-suicide. Faye ends up killing Edgar and then killing
Good
herself.
on her. Thank goodness.
Yeah. I mean, good done without the suicide part, but good on her for killing Edgar, because he is the worst of the McAllisters. So far, the McAllisters are 0 for 2 on going to college and finding love. It has both ended horribly. So their son Byron goes to the same college and joins a voodoo drug cult of anarchist accelerationists. They're a cult that does drugs and performs voodoo and are super obsessed with the necromancy stuff. And want the government to just be anarchy. So and he finds this girl named Amelia there. And so one day when they're doing jugs around the fire, they have the bright idea, because the mayoral election's coming up, to nominate a doll for mayor as a symbolic vote that people can vote for to show their dissatisfaction for either of the other parties. And they choose Jasper. Also, Byron had a very, very complicated upbringing even before his parents died, because Edgar was very distant because he was a rich CEO, and Faye refused to look at him for obvious reasons, because he was basically a reminder of pretty much the prison she was being held in, so she resented him. So Jasper was the only parental figure that he had.
Okay, I'm gonna call it after like the next
wave.
Yeah.
The next level up.
The next wave, because I think I'm already farmed like enough.
That's fair.
You can farm forever, but like it definitely helps once you got like the Poseidon's Rage level up.
Yeah, yeah. So they nominate Jasper, and Jasper's gotten better at splicing together radio waves. And so he gives a speech which boils down to stop bringing back the dead. We were in Elysium when we were dead, and we were content. We just want to rest. We've earned our rest. And so all the dolls in town with their radios start playing the song he made. And Amelia takes the wrong message.
Oh.
She takes the message that Elysium is great.
Rather
so
than just being the end.
Yeah, so she kills herself and makes her note be the lyrics to the song Jasper sang.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so everyone starts freaking out because they believe the dolls are starting to kill everyone. So they start killing the dolls, which is what the dolls want. So Jasper tries to make a beeline for the angry mob, but he cannot catch a break, and Byron manages to rescue him and hide him in the basement. And so then
Poor
Byron...
Jasper.
Yeah, no, he doesn't catch a break. So this is the second, like, major political shift that New Albion has had because of the McAllisters. The first one being the introduction of the dolls, now the outlawing of the dolls. The place becomes a police state, and you're not allowed to grieve. Like, they say no tokens of the dead are allowed. Which is very broad. So Byron ends up getting a wife and has a daughter named Priscilla, and then his wife and him die from people who are still pissed about the doll situation. So once again, there's a McAllister orphan who has to be raised by Jasper. So Priscilla's the only one who sees Jasper as a person, and decides that, she's going to die if anyone finds out who she is, and she's tired of hiding in the basement, and also knows that Jasper is only there to keep her safe. So she decides to call the military state to their home, and she and Jasper both die by getting shot. And one of the soldiers... Oh?
Okay, now we're back.
Alright. So one of the soldiers didn't fire because they felt pity for Priscilla and her situation. And he gets dishonorably discharged and then starts a revolution to overthrow the government, which is the third major political shift that has happened because of the McAllisters. And that's how it ends.
You know, I think I actually do want to shoot over there because there might actually be something that breaks.
Oh yeah, go for it. And the music is fantastic.
Oh, God of War has always had fantastic music.
Oh, I was talking about Dolls of New Abbey.
Oh, there we go. See?
Yeah.
Almost forgot
That's
about
a secret. That's a secret tool for us to use later.
Oh, devil's party, Mulan. That was Oni Plays, the person who did the whole Devil's Party video.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So there's a very popular God of War parody video where they take the lyrics of Kratos' theme, "Oh, Devil's Party, Mulan," and plays like how it sounds, which is "Hold the Devil's Party, Mulan."
I love misheard lyrics.
It's very funny. It was so popular that that only Chris
O'Neill.
Chris O'Neill, yeah. Even said that he got to see like a bit of God of War 2 before it was announced because they really liked his video.
Nice. You know what I like about Kratos?
What?
He is a buff man without a shirt wearing a very skimpy loincloth. You know who else is a buff man who doesn't wear a shirt and wears a skimpy loincloth?
What?
He-Man.
Oh, fair enough.
So, we realized today, I opened Netflix to watch Blue Eye Samurai and realized that the new He-Man had been released. Master of the Universe
today.
Revolution. I don't know if it was today.
I didn't see it yesterday when I was browsing Netflix, so it must have been today.
Maybe.
Could have been any time.
2 days ago.
Ah, fair enough.
The 25th. It was on the 25th. So yeah, Master of the Universe Revolution, not Revelation, Revolution, was released a couple days ago, and we watched it today, and it was so fucking good.
It was very good.
I loved the characters. I loved the voices. Episode 1, we're going to go into spoiler territory now, so if you don't want to hear spoilers for the new He-Man, this is the part to stop watching. Episode 1 ends with Randor dying and Keldor coming in. And a lot of people don't know who Keldor is, but we know. So when Keldor came in, we knew shit was about to go down.
To be fair, I suspected Keldor was going to show up the moment King Randor talked about how he let his brother down.
I honestly didn't even catch that.
Yeah, he's like, I fail. I'm gonna miss my family, my son, my brother, etc. So I've failed so many people, but I'll be. But you'll be better.
I figured that was like. I think when that happened, I was probably thinking it was more like a figurative brother.
Mm.
You know, man at arms, or well, he's not man at war, is what he goes by now. But yeah, Keldor, voiced by Will Shatner.
Who, by the way, is a great antagonist.
Absolutely.
It took me a bit to realize that. I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds so familiar.
So, yeah, he shows up, and in episode 2, he helps them fight Skeletor, which threw me for. I mean, I was already thrown for a loop. The message where I was like, wait, what? What the fuck? How? That was when Keldor was showed up, because know, I know who Keldor is. You know who Keldor is. Like, who? The question is how. And then they fight Skeletor. I am going to admit, I did get got by the fake out.
Fair enough.
Because I think you destroyed that statue just to get to a ladder.
Kratos is very good at the whole destruction to get places thing, you know?
Yeah. He tones it down once he hits the Norse
No,
area.
he still does it.
Oh yeah, no, cause yeah, the statues they had to just constantly turn. I forgot about that. You have to turn so that their shield reflects Boy's bow.
Then there was the entire bit where I'm going the wrong way, aren't I?
Yeah, you've been here. You needed to go to the statue.
I know, but I opened up a bunch of collectibles.
Yeah.
Isn't it this? It should be over here. This is the building I blew up, right?
No? The building you blew up, I believe, is going to be above the statue?
I'm pretty sure it was that one. I blew a hole in that one.
I don't know. Anywho, for those who don't know, Keldor is what Skeletor was before he was a skeleton. In the 2001,
I believe.
Yeah, I think so. That's where they introduced him as being Randor's brother. And he tried to kill Randor with a magical acid, which Randor's shield protected him against, and caused it to splash onto Keldor's face. They didn't go with that origin story, which
that's because that version cuts out Horax.
Yeah.
So they couldn't use him as a patsy.
Yeah, Hordak. Yeah, and I do like where they went with it. They had it be that it was his face melted. It was so brutal to watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when he became the chosen avatar of Havoc. By accepting the staff.
How come he loses his face, but Tila gets to keep hers?
Well, because she's a sorceress.
Fair enough.
Liked Tila's Havoc design. Oh yeah, Tila gets the staff of the other staff, the Snake staff and the Havoc staff, and becomes sorceress of all three deities.
Which is a great design for that.
Oh yeah, all three of them have a great design. I wish the Havoc design stuck around a bit longer, but the final design she obtained after she combined all three staffs was fantastic. It's on the back.
But we can't. Isn't that movable?
Yeah, it is. It's on the back. What?
I'm behind it.
What?
It's not letting me. Maybe it's just
Weird.
an asset they had and decided to change.
Or maybe you gotta open up something on the other side to.
Maybe. We'll figure it out.
Or we won't. Oh, it might trigger the flag to move. It might trigger after you do the thing with the ballista. So yeah, in Evil Lyn destroying heaven in Revelations had some serious consequences.
Absolutely, and I love that.
Yeah. I absolutely love that it had consequences, because that was a really fucked up thing to do. Orko and Adam can freely walk between the realms of the realm of the living and the realms of the dead. I think now you need to hold on. Try the letter now.
Nope.
That's so weird. So yeah, Adam and Orko can travel between the realm of the living and the realms of the dead freely because they have died before.
Oh, this is gonna piss me off. Watch.
What?
They broke the 180 rule.
The what?
The 180 rule. It's a filmmaking tip. You don't
Oh,
swap the
yeah.
camera 180 at any time because it throws
Yeah.
off a sense of perspective.
Yeah. Unless you actually have the camera pan around so that people maintain a spatial awareness.
Yeah.
I remember the video that was like showcasing that by having two people talking in theater seats. And they broke the rule just to demonstrate how disorienting it can be.
True.
And then showed like it was a really good video. I mean, I know why they did it here, because they wanted you to see the destroyed.
Yeah, they could have panned it, I guess, but like, eh. It is annoying that it's like the one time they break it in the entire game, and it's done kind of sloppy.
Oh yeah.
But there's an entire video by Josh Strife Hayes where he explains that like this is the only instance you can find in the entire game where they break this rule, and
I like
it's
Josh
very
Strife Hayes.
annoying. Yeah, he did a great video on like Death Trap Dungeon. Now that's a bad video game.
So, with all the controversy going on around, oh god, I hate how the ballista bolt looks.
Eh.
This game desperately needs a remake.
It definitely could manage as one, but not one of those really crappy HD remakes by people who have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, no. It needs an actual, like, from the ground up remake.
So here's something funny. So when they basically copied Kratos' model from like God of War Ascension or something. For, like,
Oh,
one of those
the
videos.
Unity 5, yeah, the Unity 5 idiots.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I just
Okay,
need
so
to do
that's-
it. Maybe I just have to do it because it might have a rope on it.
Oh yeah, do it now.
Anyway, when they did that video, they didn't account for the fact that Kratos' proportions are like really janky in like the original
Because it was
trilogy.
Yeah.
Because they always had forced perspective on him at any time to make him like look really tall and lanky, and his arms are like really long.
Yeah.
Or they could get away with that because A, the perspective is always long enough, and Kratos is always holding on to something, which helps visually.
Oh, you should probably save while you're here.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so I hate people who put things into Unity 5 without actually thinking about anything. And it pisses me off the most because a lot of the times it's the environment that just go just go in there. A lot of the times there are environments in the series that would accommodate the things they chose. Like the Dark Souls 3 one where they made the Ashen Graveyard be the Ashen Graveyard be like well lit with a clear sky and a warm palette.
To be fair,
Th-
the one for like Dark Souls 3, well, that is bad,
would have worked for Majula.
is at least, you know, actual effort and not like behind the camera and then going, oh, look at this. This is what the game looked like in Unreal 5, and then it's literally just any generic city environment.
Yeah.
Have you seen those videos? Those are so bad.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the one with the Ashen Graveyard, like they could have chose the dragon Archdragon Peak. That would have worked. They could have chose Majula from Dark Souls 2. That would have worked.
So many different
Like,
environment options.
yeah, they chose one that is supposed to be dull and gray and cold because it's a cemetery full of ash. Oh, what the fuck?
Mm.
Maybe the box. Maybe wait. Maybe there's another path, like on the boxes, because you kept going through the same path on the boxes. Maybe you can jump on other boxes.
I already checked that.
Was that before or after you blew up the wall?
That was before, but I know the interior of that area, so I know that's definitely not it.
Fair.
That interior uses a very limited environment. There's no like openings anywhere to allow for that kind of.
Oh, can you rotate the other ballista?
Maybe. I think the ballistas move, so.
Fair. The other Unity 5 project that I hate is the Ocarina of Time Unity 5 project that someone is making, because it uses way too much bloom. Its realistic environments make the character models look so out of place because they're using models based off the 3DS version, which look... Oh wait, no, this is a different place. Which causes the models to look so off. It makes it look like, you know, those pictures on DeviantArt of people who like badly Photoshop like Hatsune Miku into their house. That's what it looks like. Because of the the dissonance between the character models aesthetic and the environment aesthetic. And there's always too much bloom.
Always.
And the thing is, if they chose Twilight Princess, I wouldn't have an issue with those.
On the topic of too much bloom, I've got a dev story about a developer who used way too much bloom, and it's actually kind of funny.
Oh boy.
So Spyro enter the Legend of Spyro: Dawn of the Dragon. Very messy game.
Can you jump on? Can you jump from one roof onto the other roof, like the roof of the building? That's
no, that's a bit too far.
Oh, then I guess it has to be the boxes.
No, it's not the boxes. I didn't see anything there.
Well, that's because you jump. There's more boxes that you didn't jump on.
No, I already jumped on all those. The ones. Okay. I'll do it for you.
Yeah. Check all the boxes. Alright, so Spyro, Into the Dragonfly.
No, Dawn of the Dragon.
Ah.
It was the 2000s Spyro game. It was like 2009. And the graphics engine was really dated. So what they did was, when they made the Xbox 360 and PS3 version, was they used a lot of bloom to cover up the fact that the resolution was garbage.
I see.
That's all the boxes. See?
Okay. I'm gonna look up. This is Athens, right? I'm gonna look up. How to get the chests in God of War. Oh my god, this video is 14 years old and it is in 240p
Oh.
as its maximum resolution.
I'm ready to learn. Hit me.
Let's see if it's doing that. Oh, okay. Hold on. Is that okay? Go back. Go down. Oh no, that's a different place.
It's
The
this
hell?
one. It's the ballista.
I know. They're showing you how to get all of the chests.
Mm.
See, they're climbing up that. Going over there. Oh, what the fuck? It only goes as far as pushing the statue.
Maybe rewind a bit? Do they not show the?
No, hold on, I'm going to parts. I'm going to the next part.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, they're on that. They're on the tightrope. What the fuck? No, they just skip it.
Oh,
God, that's so annoying.
they completely missed that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, okay, let's take a look and try to use our spatial awareness to figure it out. Oh, you probably come from above.
You can get at it from above?
Looks like it. Fire a ballista at it again, so you can get a better shot. Look at its roof. You see its roof, and maybe you do have to shoot the other ballista. Let's go check out the other ballista.
Okay.
See if we can rotate it. We just have to jump down and climb the statue.
Ah, fair enough.
So glad this game doesn't have fall damage.
All good games lack fall damage.
What game do you think... Oh, no, you don't have to use a ballista. Just jump across the pillars. We're idiots.
Nope, invisible wall.
What the fuck? There are clearly pillars over... Okay, then I guess it... Let's check the ballista then. See if there's any way to rotate it.
I can't retract it.
Alright, what the hell? There looked like there were pillars there. You see?
Yeah, there's pillars there.
What the hell?
That's gonna bug me, because that is such an easy amount of,
Oh, wait, hold on. Go back a bit. You can get to that platform right there, can't you?
That's the one that I, jumped from.
Yeah, can you jump onto the red roof from there?
I don't think so. Perspective's off.
And you went down the left corner, right?
Yeah,
The red roof would be right above you.
There's no upper area. Oh, maybe there is. Let me check.
Yeah. Well, no, because you climbed the ladder. The ladder behind you.
Oh, no, definitely not. That only leads up to here, and that's where you...
Yeah, and you take a right, and can you jump onto the red roof?
No.
From above, or climb the wall and get there? Yeah, look to your left. Just
Nope,
go to your
you
left.
can't.
You can't
No,
land on that?
Oh, you can. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I
the thing I said way back, can you jump from the roof?
God, that area is like so small because it doesn't look like you can actually stand on that. And I'm just annoyed.
Because you always miss it?
Probably.
At least we solved that. I think we're probably going to get to the end of Athens and then call it.
We're probably going to get to the reveal of Ares, perhaps.
I do love Ares' design in this.
Oh, very much so. We're like an hour 30 in. Come on now.
Oh. Have you gotten to in Percy Jackson? Have you gotten to Ares yet?
I have not gotten past Medusa. I keep starting and I'm like, oh god. I remember why I had to pause for a bit.
Yeah, well, everything. Medusa is definitely the weakest episode, which sucks. One issue I have, one issue that is in Medusa that's persistent throughout the entire series is they figure out. They figure out what monsters they're going up against each episode, like almost immediately. I'm not a fan of that.
It's a little too easy.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked in the book where it took them a bit to figure it out. But right after right after Medusa is the St. Louis Arch, and I think that you are going to like that episode
Fair enough.
a lot. I thought that was a scarab for a moment. That's the Oracle, right? I love that he just reaches for his sword.
My familiarity with this comes from a VG Cats comic. That dates me. Where
Updates every Monday.
where Kratos touches the hologram boob.
I'm guessing Kratos is Leo.
Yes.
I like Ares with his lava hair.
He
doesn't look nearly as cool as I remember him looking.
It's definitely a funny look, but
oh yeah.
So how far do we want to go? Do we actually want to like get to the Oracle, or do we want to call it here?
Let's get to the Oracle.
Okay.
Let's complete Athens.
Fair enough.
Forgotten you.
So I think once we get to the desert,
This city will be your grave.
I love his design. You can actually find his corpse in God of War 3.
yeah, doesn't it still have the sword in it?
No, maybe. It's the tomb. You only get to see the head.
Uh,
Goes the other way.
I love the sword. We will talk about the sword.
The sword is so great. Like, it's just one of those amazing visual indicators.
Oh yeah. It's basically it's Chekhov's sword.
Done in a very clever way.
Absolutely. By the way, I kind of dig the low poly blades of chaos. You don't have enough magic.
No, I just wanted to make sure, like, it's not about the magic, it's about the angle. Because you gotta get him onto it. See? Somebody has to be standing on it, and it's the miniature
right.
that has to be. There we go. No.
I forgot about this puzzle, I'm gonna be honest.
It's one of the more forgettable ones because it's just not fun.
Yeah.
Its difficulty doesn't come from the fact that you're... The aha comes very quickly.
Yeah. Is there AI? I wish they had a better AI about it.
It's partially because they're locking you in, like, oh, there we go.
Oh, perfect.
Thankfully, the chest keeps respawning.
Yeah.
With full blue orbs, which is very convenient.
Yeah.
Nothing in here? Give me blue. I only got green.
How dare. You know what game I would love to play on the channel?
What?
I really want to play Eternal Darkness on the channel and have it actually work.
Actually finish. Yep, fair enough.
Because I like Eternal Darkness. I find it to be an actually enjoyable game. And I think it'd be a good idea to revisit some of our older games that we had played on the channel. Like, we did it with Symphony of the Night, and playing it again was significantly better than the first time around.
Fair enough.
Considering I was playing on my PS5.
That's fair. Definitely a much better game in that respect.
Yeah, I was playing on my PS5 instead of my Caribbean PlayStation.
I have been thinking about doing Medieval for Halloween. But like Medieval 1, not Medieval 2.
For it. That'd be fun. It's so weird that Kratos can't grab that ledge.
I do love that you can see Ares in the background.
Oh yeah, he's a fantastic set piece.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Like, this pushes not just tech, but like visual perspective to it. It's like peak.
Oh yeah, because he's not actually giant. He's regular size, but they just have the they have like clipping and all that. Basically, they have him set as the background layer, so things appear in front of him.
Yep.
He's about the same size as Kratos, just close to the camera.
It really is impressive how they like make it work, because I watched a video on it like once and I was like, wow, that's a thing you can do. And then I
Yeah.
completely forgot how they actually did it.
What they do is Ares isn't big, he's just close to the camera, but he's also got masking layers, so everything that is in the mid-ground and foreground appears on top of him, layer-wise.
That's cool.
That's usually how they do big character, where you can see like the full characters. At least not at least outside of pre-rendered cutscenes.
That's fair.
I love the texture on the buttons.
Dang it.
Because it's not just... It's not like a basic button prompt. The buttons actually look like weathered and well pressed. Oh, you're having a lot of trouble there.
I blame the 60 frames per second upgrade. Clearly, it was done to frame.
Oh yeah, blame the frame rate.
So,
I can button mash at 60 frames per second. Like, you're playing a game where button mashing is an integral part, and you are the worst button masher out of the three of us on the channel.
I hate you.
No, you don't. But if there's anyone who doesn't believe that, we do have Mario Party to back it up.
Excuse you, but I won Mario Party.
Yeah, but not the button mashing minigames.
Obviously I did. If I won Mario Party, then I had to have won the button mashing minigames, right?
No, the last time we played Mario Party, there were like no button mashing minigames, and that pissed me off so much.
You lost out on the easy wins, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think the only one... Also, last time we played, I made I can't even call it a mistake. It was absolutely intentional, and I knew exactly what I was doing. On the tug of war, I did the thing you're not supposed to do.
And you still lost.
Well, yeah.
You gave yourself button burn for nothing.
Yeah, I chafed the palm of my hand.
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing.
You did the one thing you were supposed to not do because you knew it would hurt yourself, and you still didn't win.
Yeah, because I had to stop spinning because it hurt.
Exactly.
It wasn't in spite of it, it was because of it.
Exactly.
Next time I do that, I'm going to use my blanket as a way to not mess up my palm.
Fair enough.
Does Ares even know Kratos is here?
I guarantee you, like, I don't think he does.
Oh my god, look how jank that rope swing is. Oh hey, there's a thing to your left.
Yeah, so one thing I really hated about, like, the God of War in, like, 4K Ultra Unreal 5 was
the lack of animations.
Well, not just lack of animation, but like the fact that the environment was clearly like a church.
Well, like a Christian church.
Yeah, like if you looked at the statues, they weren't like Greek statues. They were all like dudes with like pope hats, but they used like really bright bloom to try to hide it. And I'm like, it is clearly like some ornate like temple area that was bought from like an asset store.
The one that was posted like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. Oh my god, that is just it. Oh my god, you're right about the character model. And yeah, that is fucking... That is just a goddamn... Oh my god.
It's just like a generic
The
church.
dislikes are disabled.
Obviously. Dislikes are disabled or comments are disabled? Because all YouTube videos have disabled dislikes.
Comments are not disabled.
Mm.
But they are also mostly in Spanish, I believe.
Huh. I'll say this, it's kind of genius to have like your first really big boss fight against like a multi-stage ogre enemy be one with a lot of screaming environment people around to give you health for killing them.
Yeah.
That's like very clever like game design right there. Oh. I'm always in the middle of a combo when like I get that. I also like that God of War does the thing where like they have the enemy, one enemy, and then they have a second one. Where they'll do like the one enemy type, and then they'll introduce an enemy, they'll have you fight one, and then they'll introduce that enemy again, and then they'll have you fight two. Like immediately after, which is very clever. It's a very good design decision, you know, for like a hack and slasher game.
Oh yeah, I'm always a fan of bosses where it's a boss you faced before, but now there's two. Well, for mini bosses anyway. Like a mini boss that's a boss that you fought before, but now there's two. I'm just a fan of games that let you fight bosses you fought before in general. Because it's a really good way to show how far you've come, unless it's Lords of the Fallen.
Where it's immediately after.
Yeah, because then there's no sense of, like...
escalation.
Yeah, there's no sense of escalation. Dark Souls 1 did it really well. It's one of the few things I liked about the Demon Ruins, was that Capra Demons and Taurus Demons were regular enemies.
I mean, it was done mostly because it was like
I know.
They had to.
I know, but like I said, it's one of the few things I liked about that.
That's fair. Finisher, come on, finisher.
I don't think you got the finisher.
Oh, I'll just have to eat that loss. There we go. Oh, well, that wasn't it, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Boom! Aren't I a clever boy?
What are you, Jack Horner?
That was exactly what I was referencing.
I know. That's why I said it. God, I love Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Such a good movie. On a side note, Antonio Banderas was in a musical recently.
Oh!
Road to Jerusalem, which is basically the Bible story of the three Magi, but a musical.
I thought it was pronounced Magi.
Well, it's Magi because that's the root word of magic.
Yeah, but like Gift of the Magi.
Fair enough.
And like the Magi from The Mummy.
Fair enough. I think that's just the term
God,
that people... that's
I
just the
love
pronunciation.
that PlayStation 2 noise.
Oh, absolutely.
It gives me the kind of vibes as like the Dream Realm from Gauntlet Dark Legacy,
Fair
which
enough.
is another game I would love to play again on the channel.
I don't think we'd get enough people for it.
We only need one more. You, me, Biddy, and one more.
Fair enough.
Or we could just play with the three of us. We don't need four.
That's fair. But then we miss out on the,
More treasure.
yeah...
I think the most forgettable realm in Gauntlet Dark Legacy was the Forest Realm.
That's fair. It's what, a bunch of trees?
Yeah, and a swamp. But the swamp's got, like, nothing that makes me, like, remember it beyond it being a swamp.
That's fair. I love the
think-
reflections, by the way.
Yeah, they do it by just having the environment built upside down, right?
PS1 games did that. I think PS2 games did that too, but I can't say for sure. I know Spyro the Dragon did that for all of its, like, reflection areas.
Yeah. Banjo-Tooie also does that in Grunty Industries. There's in the workers' quarters, in the sleeping quarters. There's a mirror, and it is just a copy of the room and a copy of the models.
Fair enough.
Cutscene.
I know who you are. I know what you've done. Monster,
Wait.
stay back. Get away from me.
Oh, I can hear that in your mic.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I can bring that down a bit.
You know, if I made that platformer with the fox and the snake, the first boss would be reflection themed,
Keep away.
and
Oh, that's brutal, by the way.
that is.
It really is, like, kind of sad. Because he was never intending to hurt her, but still, she knew what his reputation, and we already knew what he did to, like, other people. So it's not like a stretch to assume, oh, maybe he'll do the same to me.
Yeah, I mean, look what he did to the boat captain.
Yep.
Yeah, if I made that, if I made a platformer.
No.
Oh, now you have to climb all the way back.
Well, I have to do that anyway.
Okay. The first boss would be, the first boss, I have the idea of, like, a mole wearing, like, a, harlequin mask. Like, it wears a mask that's, like, the comedy mask, but its reflection has the tragedy mask. And, like, be a 3-phase boss. First phase would be pretty standard. Second phase would be, it has duplicates, but the reflection would would let you know which one's the real one. And the third one, it would be completely invisible, and you'd have to figure out where it is based on the reflection. And it would absolutely be another room instead of a standard reflection, because I'd have it be that you'd be able to go into that room after you beat the boss. Like, it opened a door on the other side of the area that lets you enter the room through basically the reflection of the door.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean. You know what game did that kind of thing really, really well?
Is it Banjo-Kazooie?
No. Actually, surprisingly, no. There was no real reflection puzzles in Banjo-Kazooie or Tooie. Mario 64. specifically the DS version. So in the original Mario 64, there was a room with a mirror that you used to get to Snowman's Land, by jumping into the wall that has the. It's a blank wall, but you know something's up because its reflection has a painting on it. And it is it is one of those instances where the room is a separate room reflected, because you can glitch Locky 2 out of the mirror. Because your camera is from the perspective of Lokito's camera, so you can, so they have Lokito in the mirror, and you can glitch him out.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah. So the in the DS version, Luigi's power is the Vanish Cap. When he gets a Power Flower, he gets the abilities of the Vanish Cap, and lo and behold, there's some Power Flowers in the mirror room, so you can actually go into the mirror as Luigi, and exiting through the reflections of the exit leads you into a white room that has a hidden star, a secret star.
Oh, that's clever.
It is. Also, Wario's painting is in the reflection, and you need to go into it as Luigi.
Fair enough.
Would love to play. I would love to play a remake of the Mario 64 DS, but with like better controls.
That's fair.
Because the DS, Mario 64 DS, is actually a really good game, but the problem is it was made for the DS, which had a D-pad, and the and so it's only got the 8-directional movement.
They had to redesign some of the environments because of that, didn't they?
No, actually, well, actually, kind of. Some of the more narrow edges they ended up widening a tad, but nothing that makes it too game breaking.
That's
you can
what I
also, oh, then yeah. You can also have full 360 movement if you use the touchpad to move around, but the problem with that is if you do, then you're not going to be pressing the buttons to like jump or attack, or the button to run. Now there are some mod with melon,
Maybe.
melon. There are some mods with that you can get on Melon that would allow joystick control by basically mapping the joystick to the touchpad. By mapping a controller's joystick to the touchpad, but that's also kind of jank in its own way.
That's fair.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, I hate these enemies. These are the worst enemies in every game.
Oh.
They're so much easier in 3.
The ones that have invulnerable statuses or moments.
Absolutely, I hate these guys.
Yeah.
They move around a lot. They're a lot easier in 3 because 3 does this thing where where you can just grab them from the ground.
Oh yeah, that sounds like way better. I hate enemies that have moments of invincibility, because at that point it's just like a waiting game.
Yeah. Especially when it's like really aggressive.
You know what's not as much of a waiting game as Aaron Hansen would have you believe?
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, because there's a lot of ways to get around waiting for Stalfoses to drop their shield. Like, you just... Like, worst case scenario, you could always Din's fire them.
I like that you can see Ares stomping
Yeah.
on me in the background. That's clever.
Yeah.
I have a stun lock you for so long.
I think this is a lot longer than I remembered it
Oh,
being.
it's very long.
Oh god, we don't even have the lightning yet.
Oh yeah.
I only just remembered you get that in Athens.
Yep.
Oh god.
You
We're probably only
wanna
like
call it after we get the lightning, or?
after the next save.
Okay.
Because I think we're only like halfway through Athens.
A little less than halfway.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah,
lightning
no,
is
this...
the halfway point, I believe.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's way longer than I thought. Is Athens like a third of the game?
More like a quarter.
Okay.
And the original game is like 10 to 11 hours, so
Yeah.
it's definitely
The,
lengthier than you thought it was.
Well, I mean, I thought it was like 8 hours.
Mm. Where am I going?
You know what game's like less than 4 hours?
What?
Metroid Dread.
Really?
I can beat it in less than 4 hours.
Okay. Oh, that's what you're supposed to do. No, that's not it.
Yeah. It could be, you don't know. Oh yeah, Phoenix Feather! And that refills your magic.
Yep. So slow. Oh, you know
But
we
that
should.
noise though.
You know what we should stream? We should stream God of War Betrayal.
Is that an actual game?
It's a mobile game. It's awful.
Oh, please no. What? We should stream Sony Golf.
That
with
counts as a God of
Kratos.
War game. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's got Kratos in it.
There we go. Yeah.
Alright, you just had to kill the last mook.
Yep. Hanging around in the back alley. But a guy.
Bring it around town. Oh, I love that those guys just got fucking got.
We're gonna take you down, Ares. Follow me, men. Immediately demolished.
Yeah. God, I love Ares in the Lightning Thief series. The show. Oh, this is where we get lightning. I think. No, we get lightning on like some scaffolding, don't we?
Yeah.
Uh,
This is close to where we get the lightning, so it's not. You're not
Yeah.
completely off.
I remember the archers.
I'm not sure if
The
that's
door?
a safe jump.
No, you need to get the...
No, that was not safe.
I was gonna say, you need to get the bridge to drop.
Go, go, go! Ares has breached the city!
Fair enough. I was feeling a little overconfident. Like I'm like, there's something I can do here. Like I gotta hit it. No.
Yeah. God, He-Man Revolution was so good.
Oh, absolutely. And I already really liked Revelation, so it's like,
I loved Revelation.
there we go. Yeah, I just gotta go around.
I told you the door.
You
You
expect
were-
me to understand how doors work?
No, that's why you break them.
Clearly, I'm not good at breaking them either, since I had no idea what what I was expected to do.
Well, I said, like, when you were trying to jump on the balcony, I was like, the door, and you were like, can I make that jump? And I was like, I was in the middle of saying, no, you gotta drop the bridge when you jumped.
Obviously, you should have said it faster. That death is on you, Silver.
Nah, my hands are clean.
No, they're dirty, stained with blood.
Nah. Kratos doesn't have blood.
He's coated in it.
Looks like there's a save point, so we'll call it.
This is where the lightning is a thing. That's for you, lightning.
Yeah. So let's get lightning next time. We've been going for like 2.5 hours.
2 hours, 11 minutes, but fair enough.
That's close!
I know. But it's not 2.5 hours close. It's just close enough.
If you were around, I would round it to 2.5.
Alright, let's do this.
Alright, thank you everybody for watching. This was episode 1 of God of War. It's a fun game. It's a really good hack and slash. There's plenty of other stuff on the channel, like Night in the Woods, which was recently finished, and whatever will be played. Also, we don't know at the moment. I am stuck in the co-host seat, so
We're gonna find out next time.
Liza P is on hiatus. Until I'm no longer a until I'm able to record safely.
Yep.
Alright. Comment challenge of the day. What's your favorite God of War game out of all of them? Out of the Greek saga.
3.
Not counting. Okay, that's fair. I liked God of War 2.
That's fair.
Although I think the Temple of Pandora is my favorite environment
I can agree with that.
in God of War 1.
It definitely is like the one that feels like it's the most built up, you know?
Oh yeah, because that's where the bulk of the game is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It really
It's
does feel like player versus creator.
Oh yeah. Like everything before the before the Temple of Pandora feels like fluff. Like just stuff to get you hyped for the temple.
Yep. All right.
All right. So, with that out of the way, there's nothing left to say but good night, everybody.
Good night, every Kratos.